Hello everyone, I am Erika of Beadingschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly beading broadcast making sure that even if we stay at home safely in our homes, that we can connect with our beading buddies and we can inspire each other and we can admire each other's beautiful creations from all around the world. Please let me know in a comment if you can hear me, if you can see me. I don't see comments coming in for now. Sarah, okay, Claire is here also. Donna, Eleanor, can you ladies hear me? Can you see me? Please let me know. Alice is here, Katja, Kirsten. Okay, Sarah says she can hear me and she can see me. Wonderful. Connie, Donna, Faye, Katja. Wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies. So today, no one has to bead alone, and you can watch the broadcast from the Seed Beads and More group and from my Facebook page, Beading School by Erika. So, and why is that? May, it seems it is becoming kind of a tradition that it is a special month when I have the honor and pleasure to be the guest teacher in the Seed Beads and More group on Facebook, which is one of the biggest online communities, online beading communities. And I am very happy to be here again, and I am looking forward to beading with you all. In the meanwhile, Sharon joined us, and Eileen, Claire, Gunnel, Natalie, Britt-Marie, Belinda, Liv is here, Kata is here, Teresa, Janine, Cher, Jill, Corinne, Kristen, Aniko, Mehtab. Today, we are going to work on the attitude motif. It can become an earring, like I made my own version that you can see on the screen, but you can also use it in many different ways. I have just posted a link to the printable file that you can download to make it easier for you to follow the broadcast. The file is also available in the Seed Beads and More group, so if you look around between the files, then you will be able to download it from the Seed Beads and More group, or you can visit my site, beadingschool.com/no one has to bead alone/ and you can also download it from there. So, in the meanwhile, Lutka joined us, and Julie and Maria, Gisela, Joanna. And Joanna says, hello, you lovely ladies. It has been a few weeks since I have been able to join you live because of a new job. Congrats on the new job, Joanna. I am so happy to see so many familiar names and to see and hear Erika. My week is now complete. Thank you for joining us, Joanna. I'm also very happy to see you back, and I hope that you like your new job. Ginny is here also, and Mariam. So, this month, I am teaching a series of classes in the Seed Beads and More group on the theme Creative Bead Embroidery. And the first week of May was dedicated to the basics. So we did a little revision. We revisited the Traveler tutorial to give a chance to those beaders who haven't tried bead embroidery yet so they can catch up. And I shared with you one more of my video tutorials, the tribute motif. Originally, I designed it to become a ring, but of course, again, you can make it your own and you can personalize it and make it into a little pendant or brooch, even earrings, as you like. And I would like to also recommend you visiting my blog at beadingschool.com, as there are plenty of opportunities to do some extra learning if you would like to already take some further steps and you would like to bead embroider even more. So first of all, on Tuesday, we have met already for a live video when I was talking about all kinds of basic tools that you need for bead embroidery. And afterward, I also wrote a blog post, an article on the same topic, to make sure that if you enjoy learning more from a written material, then you can have a choice and you can either watch the video or read the article, and you have it available no matter what fits the method of your learning more. So that's one of the articles that I would recommend to look at. And then my friend Susie, she's also sometimes writing articles for us. And there are two interesting ones that I would recommend you to look into now when you are focusing on bead embroidery. So if you have already beaded a couple of circular shapes and you would like to bead something else, then I would recommend to look at the Love is All We Need tutorial, which features a beautiful handmade L2 Studio art cabochon in the middle, and then it is decorated with cup chain and fire polished beads and bugle beads, which make it look really dramatic. What I like about this tutorial is from Susie that she used a special component, actually what is also one of my favorite components, that enables you to make the same jewel into a pendant and into a brooch at the same time. So I will show you the backside of my little turtle, also made with bead embroidery. And here you can see that with this special component, you don't have to make a decision, but you can alternate between wearing it as a brooch or as a pendant. And there is one more tutorial that I would recommend you to look into, and that is the changing colors. And Susie here, this tutorial is also written by my friend Susie. Thank you very much, Susie. And here she decided, instead of covering the Ultra Sweet completely, she decided to leave parts of the fabric visible. Moreover, she is here combining several different colors of the Ultra Sweet. So it's a very easy, fun, and quick tutorial that I would also recommend looking into. Mentioning Ultra Sweet, in May, we have prepared at beadingschool.com several special deals for you, all of them focusing on material that comes handy when you are doing bead embroidery. So if you need some colorful Ultra Sweet, for example, for the changing colors tutorial, then if you visit beadingschool.com and you buy 3 sheets of Ultra Sweet or leather, then we will pack a 4th one with your order as a gift for you. And we have some very, very, very nice colors. So in the meanwhile, I hope that you got already set up with your printable file and with all the beads that you will need for the attitude motif. I see already Asaria joining us. Mariella is here also. She says, beading time with Erika, highlight of the week. Hello, everybody. Hello, Mariella. Nancy is here, and Mette is here, and Deb, and Cheryl. Sarah says, I wish those hanger brooch needle will come on bronze. At the moment, the manufacturer has them in silver and in gold. We have both versions available, but unfortunately, so far, I haven't seen a bronze one. The golden one is also pretty, I can say. And Cheryl is here also, and Connie has a question. Why is it called attitude? So, the reason why I decided to call it attitude is because this is not the sweet kind of jewel. This is not the like flowy lines and not a jewel that I would imagine on like a romantic person, for example, but because of the sharp lines of the GEMDUO beads, and then I even emphasized the sharp lines of the GEMDUO beads by using this fancy shaped ear stud, that for me it is more of like someone who is a bit like more determined, like opposite of softness. I don't know. I hope that I could phrase it in an okay way. And Vania is here. And yeah, Sarah says rough edges attitude. Exactly. Thank you for helping me out. And Cheryl says, there's an old Guns N' Roses song called Attitude. I have been singing it in my head for days. Contains swear words, lots of them. I didn't know, actually. I am actually a huge fan of Guns N' Roses. I kind of fall for Axl Rose when I was like 6 years old. But I don't remember Attitude. I'm pretty sure I know the song, but I will have to look it up afterward. Natalie says, I would call it funky. So, before we would start, I would like to show 3 beautiful tribute rings that you ladies have already beaded this week. So, let's start with this very elegant version made by Manuela. Manuela, you made it really, really beautiful. It's a royal jewel. Then the same motif beaded by Kata, and in typical Kata color, orange, but in combination with a bit of purple and matte silver. I really like it. And then I have a third version here, which is actually a work in progress project from Orzuzi. And here she decided to combine tribute with a filigree. And I think all 3 versions are really, really nice. And thank you so much, ladies, for beading them. And I would like to mention one more thing before we start. As members of the Storytelling Beading Club know, then this year I have a little challenge every month for members of the club. And I would like to invite also members of the Seed Beads and More group to join us with this little challenge if they like the idea. So last month, the challenge was to be kind and just make someone unexpectedly, randomly happy with a piece of our beadwork. So many of the members of the club were gifting cute little motifs to neighbors and friends and colleagues. And I'm sure that they made many, many people very happy with their beadwork. I gifted one to a neighbor, and she was indeed very emotional actually about it, and she liked it very much. So this month, my little challenge is for you to go bigger. And I would like to show you one more time Zuzi's work in progress project, because this is actually what gave me the idea to challenge you to like go bigger. So my idea for the challenge was that, you know, we are beading all kinds of little motifs in these Friday sessions, but they give a lot more possibilities than it might be obvious for the first sight. And I would like to challenge you to, instead of keeping it as a little pendant or a simple earring, try to combine it with something else and make it into a bigger jewel. Maybe combining it with your bead embroidery. That would be wonderful, I think. So I hope that you like the new challenge, and I hope that you will accept my invitation to join this little challenge. The little challenge to go big. So not so little challenge. In the meanwhile, Sherry liked Manuela's ring very much. Sherry also really liked all of them. And Faye is here. And Betty Lou is here. And Sherry also likes them. Yeah, Sherry also likes all three of them. So, and let's start beading finally. So I will put on screen one more time the photo. Just a second, I actually try to find one where I don't have the logo, but okay, it seems I did not upload that version. So let's do a quick material check to see if we have everything. Let's do it with me so we can make sure that everything is prepared. So if we start from the middle, and hello Nancy, if we start from the middle, then you will need some 6mm round pearls. I use this matte powdery ocean blue pearls. Then you will need some GEMDUO beads, and I really started to like this color. It comes in many different shapes. It's called Powdery Pastel Gray, and this is the one that I have used for my sample, and I will also use it for the second motif, so I can finally have a pair of earrings. Then, if we continue with the bigger components still, then I used also some 3mm fire polished beads, and the ones I have used are the opaque pale turquoise Picasso. This is how they look like. A bit greenish, a bit mossy, with some stains on them. I really like how they look like. Then it is absolutely your decision. You can include, for example, a bezeled Rivoli or chaton as I did. Actually, any kind of cabochon can be attached if you want to make the motif bigger. You can I used an 8mm PRECIOSA chaton from Crystal Aurum, but you can use, of course, any shape, any size, any color. And I had an idea that if you would like to, for example, make a matching bracelet, then I think it would be nice to include a bigger cabochon and then continue with this motif on both of its sides, and then maybe finish it off with just pearls or fire polished beads. And I also used a glass drop in a metal setting. I used an aquamarine one, and then, of course, an ear stud because I wanted to make it an earring. And I have used 3 different colors of round 15 seed beads. That's up to you completely if you want to use 1 color, 2 colors, 3 colors. And since I have bezeled the cabochon, then I also needed some MIYUKI DELICA 11s. And that's it. I hope you have everything. And let's start beading. In the meanwhile, also Kay joined us from Ohio, and another one of our Facebook friends. And Anne is here, and she says, I don't have any 3mm fire polished in a suitable color, so I'm going to use 3mm bicones and keep my fingers crossed that it works. I think, Anne, that it should be all right. I haven't tested this motif with bicone beads, but my feeling is that it will be okay. I am measuring my, well, I don't really measure my fire line. I'm cutting my fire line, and I'm threading my size 11 tulip needle. I am using a 0.12mm fire line, 4LB for US folks. And as always, pretty much, I use a black satin fire line. And let's start beading. Please let me know if you could download the printable file, if you could prepare your beads, if you are set for starting. I would like to start. Or if you have maybe some questions about the material, then please let me know. And all the time, those of you who haven't beaded maybe with me yet during a No One Has to Bead Alone session, then I am keeping an eye on the comments while I am showing you what I am doing. So you can ask me a question all the time, and I will do my best to answer. So let's get started. I don't see anyone saying that, yay, let's start. Okay, Kirsten says she's ready. Kirsten, you and me, we can start beading. Connie can start beading. She says, I was ready, but now the dog is on my lap. Remove the dog. Julie is all set in Michigan. Wonderful. So, I will keep the illustrations on the screen, but you can also look at the printable file that you could download. So I leave a tail of about 5, 6 inches or 10, 12 centimeters that I will secure and trim later. And I start by picking up the combination of 6mm round pearl, round 15 MIYUKI seed bead, GEMDUO bead. Take a look at the second hole when you are working with 2-hole beads to make sure that they are not clogged, and another round 15 seed bead. So these 4 beads, 6mm pearl, round 15, GEMDUO, another round 15, they make up for one sequence, and you need to add this sequence, this group, 2 more times. So there will be altogether 3 GEMDUOs and 3 6mm pearls and 6 round 15 MIYUKI round 6 round 15 MIYUKI seed beads. Sometimes when I'm doing my best to focus on my beading, focus on, what do I say? Focus on the comments, focus on the screen, then I have a an unexpected brain freeze. So please accept my apology if that happens. Lutka is ready. Sherry is ready. Cheryl already did step 1. No worries. But then you have to have both of the earrings ready by the time I finish at least one. So I have the combination, and now I am tying a knot and another one. This will help me with thread tension, and the whole motif will be sturdier. So this is my tail end, and I want to continue after the knot through the first 6mm round pearl, round 15 seed bead, and the GEMDUO bead, the same hole of the GEMDUO bead, and also a round 15 after the GEMDUO bead. So my thread is exiting now the round 15 before a 6mm round pearl. Alice is also ready. Jill, Belinda, Lutka. Lutka is nearly ready. She's baking her last pancake. Oh, enjoy. So, and in step 2, I am adding groups of 8 round 15 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I skip the 6mm round pearl, and then I bead through round 15, same hole of GEMDUO, the first hole of GEMDUO, and another round 15. So when I pull my thread, then you see that this group of 8 round 15 seed bead, they make a nice, neat angle around the 6mm round pearl. And this is how I go all around. It can happen to you that you need to adjust the number of your round 15s. It can happen because of the brand that you are using. It can happen because of the color coating, or actually it is also influenced by the exact size of your 6mm round pearls. Even if it's like 6mm, there is a tiny difference between different brands and different manufacturers. So if you think like, Erika, 8 is not working out, then go and adjust it to 7 or go and adjust it to 9. This is not a part where we would build on top of it, so you can totally adjust it. What works for you. So I am adding the last group of 8 seed beads, and I bead through round 15, GEMDUO, and round 15. And if you look at step 3, then you notice that it's the same as step 2. So that's exactly what's happening. If I show you how it looks like, the finished motif, how it looks like from this side, then you can see that I beaded around 3 times around my motif. First time I added groups of 8 seed beads, like now. Then again, when I went around, I added again groups of 8 round seed beads. And then when I went around for the third time, then I added in between the 2 groups of round 15 seed beads, I added the fire polished beads and some more round 15 seed beads. So now, when I'm going around for the second time, I am picking up again, I pick up again 8 pieces of the same color of round 15s, and I bead through round 15, GEMDUO round 15, and when I pull my thread, then you see this is how it should look like. Oh, Claire wants some of the pancakes from 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊. She likes hers with lemon and sugar. That sounds good. I have never had pancakes with lemon and sugar. My favorite one is cottage cheese, actually, with raisins and lemon. And not a lot of sugar. How do you like your pancake? 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊, you maybe will need to make lots and lots of pancakes for all of us. And Cheryl says, 8 seed beads worked for me. I am not using green today. I hope everything is all right, Cheryl. And tell me, what colors are you all using? First pancakes, then colors. You know, priority. Priority is pancake, then comes beading. Or at the same time. And Shelly, we have a first time no one has to be the loner. Shelly says, pretty piece. First time I got to join live. Thank you, Erika. Shelly, welcome. It's always a pleasure to see someone joining for the first time. I hope that you will have a fun, lovely time with all of us, and I'm curious to see your beautiful piece. Happy beading, Shelly. Connie likes hers with bacon and syrup? Wow. Brit Marie likes hers with whipped cream and cloudberry. 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 likes hers with raspberry jam. Oh my god, that's lovely. Katja loves hers with strawberries. 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊, I hope you made lots of pancakes. You know, 𝐂𝐿𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 and me, we were born in the same country, in Slovakia. 𝐂𝐿𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 still lives there. And the style, how pancakes are made there, that's the very, very thin style. Actually, similar to the Dutch pancakes. I am living now in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. But it's something that I have never learned to bake, so I miss it. So we already made an agreement with 𝐂𝐿𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 that if I visit Slovakia again, then I will visit her and she will make me some pancakes. And I'm looking forward to it very much, 𝐂𝐿𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊. Oh, 𝐂𝐿𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 made 40. So far, it's enough for all of us, I think. Faye also likes hers with lemon and sugar. Cheryl, if thick American style, then bacon and maple syrup, but thinner ones I like with berries. Sarah is working already on a bead embroidery. I'm curious, Sarah. Sarah is really good at the bead embroidery. Corinne likes her pancakes with blackberries. Indeed, it's called palacsinta in Hungarian, or mother tongue is the same with Corinne. None of us, not Corinne and not me, were born in Hungary, but our mother tongue is Hungarian. Fun fact. In the meanwhile, I beaded all around. I added the 6th group of 8 seed beads, always 2 groups over every 6 millimeter round burr. So now I change the illustrations and we can continue. And in the 4th step, we are adding the fire polished beads and some more round beads in between the 2 layers, 2 groups of seed beads. So I am exiting around 15 and I pick up around 15 seed bead. I pick up a 3mm fire polished bead in my pretty pale turquoise. And it's called turquoise, but turquoise Picasso, but I think it's more greenish actually. So round 15, 3mm fire polished, round 15, another 3mm fire polished, and another round 15. So 5 beads on my needle. And now, again, I bead through round 15, same hole of the GEMDUO, and another round 15. I do my best not to break the beads. I know that by now it gets a little bit tight to still bead through the round 15 seed beads. Be gentle with the round 15s. Try not breaking them. 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐄𝐑𝐄 also likes homemade plum jam. That sounds wonderful. Maria likes it with Nutella, whipped cream, and blackberry jam. That sounds really wonderful. So I'm beading all around in the same way. I pick up round 15, I pick up a 3mm fire polished bead, another round 15, another 3mm fire polished, and another round 15. And then I bead through round 15, same hole of the GEMDUO, and round 15. Ladies, please, besides discussing all those yummy flavors of pancakes, please also keep me updated. How is it going with your beading? Not just make me hungry. Also, let me know that how is it going with what's happening on your bead mat. Susie is here. My dear Susie, we were mentioning you so many times already today. Thank you for your beautiful bead embroidery tutorials that you shared on the Beadingschool blog. I'm sure that the ladies will love them. 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐄𝐑𝐄 is on step 3. Thank you for the update, 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐄𝐑𝐄. What kind of colors are you working with? I'm curious. I need some more round 15s from this second color. Anne says, the 3mm bicones are working. I added a size 11 in between in the same color as my size 15s. And thank you so much for keeping us updated that how is it working. Many times it happens that we don't have exactly, you maybe don't have exactly the same size that I am using, even if I do my best to stick to basic bead shapes for this Friday project. So I encourage you always to try and make it work what you have on your hand. And if you figured out how to substitute something to something else, share it with your fellow beaders. So someone else can also maybe use the knowledge. Cheryl says, I'm just changing my fire polished beads again for the 3rd time. Do you have the feeling that sometimes there is like just a flow and easily all the colors are just coming together, and sometimes there is a tricky bead which is like I try 15 different variations and nothing seems to work? Does it happen to you too? 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐄𝐑𝐄 says, come on ladies, think of some of us trying to cut all that sweet lovely food to lose some weight. 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐄𝐑𝐄, we are just drilling your willpower, you know. Sorry. And good luck with your diet. Susie will catch up later with beading. She says, I am very happy that you like the blog article. Please enjoy and get inspired. Lutka is using colors of this summer. Hi, Deb. I am adding the last combination, and then I bead through, this time only through round 15 and first hole of GEMDUO, but I don't bead through the round 15 on the other side of the GEMDUO. Instead, as you can see in step 5, right after the GEMDUO, I pick up another round 15, I bead through round 15 and fire polished. I skip the round 15 in between the two fire polished beads, and I bead through fire polished and round 15, and then I add another round 15 and I bead only through the GEMDUO. And this is how I bead all around. And back to your beautiful colors. Kirsten is using silver, dark green, and black. That sounds very elegant, Kirsten. Cheryl is using red, black, and silver, so I have so many choices with fire polished beads. Sorry, suggesting, I think it is going to Cheryl, switch to green. Faye is using gold pearls, pastel aqua fire polished, size 15 crystal betrayal. That sounds also really nice. Kim says, best diet is to eat whatever you want, just in limited amounts, and get off the chair. You know, for me, for example, sports don't work. For me, only work if I eat a little. And these days, I don't have the willpower to eat a little. I'm eating cake. Shelly says, try whole grain flour in the pancakes. Healthier option. And bananas. Cheryl is assuring us that she is okay, even if she's not using green. Okay, Brit Marie is taking over your favorite, Cheryl. Don't worry, there will be plenty of green variations, at least to admire in the club afterward. Sarah is not using turquoise. Kim likes buckwheat pancakes with butter and maple syrup. That also sounds good. Kata, are you here? Do you have something orange on your bead mat today? Cheryl says, phew, thanks, Brit Marie. I hope someone is working with turquoise, so I don't feel bad that today I am not working with turquoise. Well, the fire polished beads are called turquoise, but it's not exactly my kind of turquoise. Mektab is also using green, so I think, Cheryl, you are covered. You can relax. And when I'm adding the last round 15, then I bead through the GEMDUO, same hold still, and then I continue through 2 round 15s, fire polished bead, and this time also the round 15 between the 2 fire polished beads. So I really like that there are basically 3 layers of beads on top of each other, as even if this is a relatively small motif, it's still these 3 layers give it some substance. So it's not like, it doesn't feel floppy, it doesn't feel weak, but you will see it's like a kind of a sturdy motif, perfect for earrings, even without using, for example, a filigree to make it stronger. Pancakes with sour cream. So now that I am exiting this round 15 in the middle, I am adding a size 11 DELICA. So exiting the round 15, I pick up a DELICA and then I bead through the round 15 one more time. So when I pull my thread, then the DELICA is sitting nice on top of the round 15. I repeat this thread pass, and then I bead through the DELICA for the 3rd time also. And this is where I finish step 6. And Kata is here. She says, I am here, just got a call from my boss. I am using pastel pink, purple pearl cream for the first version. That sounds good, Kata. I'm curious. And I'm also curious. Kata is one of the most effective and fastest beaders that I know. So usually, while I struggle with at least putting together one pair of earrings, then she finishes the same in like 3 different colors. And when the weekend is over, then she usually has like 3 pairs of earrings, a big necklace, a bracelet, and 2 other things that she just beaded. So I'm curious, how will you end up with this one? Also, it is a bit unusual shape, pretty much a triangle, and it's not so easy to play with triangular shapes, I think. A couple of weeks ago, we had this other motif, the bloom, that I actually incorporated also later into the bloom bracelet that I will be teaching you in 2 weeks. And I remember that this motif was one of the most inspiring ones that I have seen many, many, many different versions from you. But a triangular one, that's a challenge. So I'm curious. Make it bigger and combine it in an interesting way. Chantal joined us. Hello, Chantal. And Faye says, oops, I think I have cracked the GEMDUO. Can't find a size 12 needle, so I will have to watch and finish later. I'm so sorry, Faye. You indeed need to be very careful here when you are passing for the 3rd time. And switching to a thinner needle might just make it easier. And here I will show you my technique, how I join a peyote bezeled rivoli or other cabochon right away to the motif. I really like to combine basic motifs with peyote bezeled, peyote or peyote. Let me know. I'm constantly improving my pronunciation thanks to you. I want to finally know, after so many years of beading, if I should pronounce it peyote or peyote with an E. So I really like to connect peyote bezeled cabochons to my motifs. And I don't like to start a new thread, of course. So usually what I do is that I attach a size 11 DELICA somewhere, and then, since here I would like to bezel an 8mm chaton, and I know that I will need 22 DELICA beads for bezeling. Then I pick up 21 more, and then I join them into a circle like you see on step 7, and I can just continue with that circle and do my peyote, as Kim says, and Faye and Cheryl. Thank you, ladies. If I had fuchsia beads, that would be awesome. I could also show off that finally I remembered how to pronounce them. Pronounce fuchsia. Fuchsia. Kind of. Okay, now I will stay silent for a sec because I need to count until 21 plus 1 to make it 22. And I don't want to make a mistake here, so please entertain each other with some comments. I need to count. I will be back in a sec. Okay, I have 22 beads altogether, I think. And now I bead through that initial DELICA bead that I attached in step 6. So now I have a circle. And I will just continue with my peyote as normally. I am just holding on to this motif that I have already beaded and just ignoring it. I don't need to do anything with this lower part, with the GEMDUO part. I'm just doing my peyote bezel by always picking up a DELICA and then skipping a bead in the basic circle, and again picking up a DELICA, skipping a bead in the basic circle, and beading through the next one. And Sharon, hi Sharon, she is asking, my chaton is 9 millimeters. How many DELICAs? Thanks, Sharon. Well, for an 8 millimeter one, I use most of the time 22. And then for a 10 millimeter one, I use 28. So it should be either 24 or 26, but I would recommend to like try it because it really depends also on the thickness of your chaton. And I have to say I haven't beaded with a 9 millimeter chaton yet. Is there anyone maybe who can help Sharon? So it's either 24 or 26. Anne says, made some yogurt this morning and the timer has just gone, so perfect timing to remove it and put it outside the bowl. Someone is multitasking. Joanna likes my way of pronunciation. Fuchsia. Cheryl also, I think, likes it. Thank you, ladies. And Connie says she needs to start all over because she used 8 millimeter pearls instead of 6 millimeter ones. I'm sorry, Connie. I hope I did not confuse you because initially there was a little actually typo in the tutorial. I was copying last week's material list and accidentally I left there 2, as we were using 2 millimeter pearls last week, and this week we are using 6, and there were like 26 millimeter pearls that you need. So I hope that I did not confuse you with that one. I I corrected it quickly. So I added a row of delicas, and I made a mistake somewhere actually. Horrible. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I made a mistake. I can't count even if I am not talking. I'm sad. Meh. I try to make it work. Oh, honey, she was just fixated on the romantic box, on the Preciosa box, and that's why she wanted to use something from that. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. The romantic box is a good one, isn't it? I love it. And Sheria says, but who doesn't now want 26mm pearls? Those would be awesome. Brit Marie says, you already started the challenge to make a motif a little bigger. Can you imagine this with 26mm pearls instead of 6? No, Connie, don't blame yourself. It happens. Look at me. I am beading live in a Facebook group of 18,000 people, and I'm making a stupid mistake like not counting right. Happens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I will mask it somehow. So now I am adding round 15s into the gaps in my third color. And in this original, it was actually enough for me to add one row of size 15s. Sometimes it's enough. It depends on like the exact cabochon, the beads, the tension. And it looks pretty, I think. But normally, like 90% of the time, I need to add 2 rows on the front side. So again, you will see it now. If you need 1 or 2 rows of round 15s. And Kim gave me the advice of counting out loud. That's what I will. Thank you, Kim. That's what I will do next time. Oh, I was really looking forward to make a nice pair of earrings. Okay, I have a confession. I already wanted to make it like in 2 colors because I don't have the same color of glass drop in metal setting. Now there will be even one more difference. And Anne says to Connie, why not keep the 8mm pearls and try 4mm fire polished instead of 3mm? Might work. And I like Anne's idea. Connie, did you cut it already? It might work out. And now I broke my thread. My trick didn't really work out. Not a successful day for me either. Oh. So I think I will just cut it off and start anew. Not on the broadcast, I will do it afterward. One of those days. Claire is advising Honey to use size 11s instead of size 15s. That's a good idea, and Honey might already accomplish the challenge of going bigger. And I will try to later make something with this motif and still somehow rescue it, but I would really like to show you how to attach the glass drop in metal setting. So since my bezel broke off, then I can't show you that part, but I will try to explain what you will need to do. So when you finish your bezel, then you will need to add a size 11 DELICA on top, exactly opposite of the triangular motif. And then you attach the ear stud or earring hook or pendant holder, if you are making a pendant, to that bead in the ditch. And when you are done with this upper part, then you need to bead all around the motif to the opposite side, to the lower hole, the open hole of the GEMDUO bead. And that's where I am going to attach the glass drop in metal setting. And Belinda says she messed up her bezel. I'm so sorry, Belinda. Somehow it's it's one of those days. Julie says, thank you, Erika, for the mistake. Now I feel better about being on step 5. Julie, never compete with the outside world. Focus on your work. That's important, I think, to like focus on our own progress. How well, I could be pretty, I think, angry with messing up my beading while doing a live workshop, but well, that sometimes just happens, and going slow and steady, that's still a lot better than messing up your beadwork like I did on screen while it will stay online. Yeah, as Cheryl says, keep going, everyone. And that's the right attitude. Mistakes happen, accidents happen. Just let's keep going. So I accidentally jumped to step 13. And now I am exiting the lower hole of my GEMDUO bead. And I will attach the glass drop in metal setting to the bottom. So what I do now, I picked up 4 pieces of DELICA beads and I cross the same hole one more time. Then I bead through the first 2 DELICA beads. I pick up a 5th one, and that 5th one, it will be in the middle between 2 and 2. So I went through 2 DELICAs, I picked up a new one, and then I continued through 2 more DELICA beads. I make 1 more round until I finish in that extra DELICA bead that I have added in the middle. Elena says, it can happen. We can still have fun together here. Exactly. And that's what we shall focus on. Cheryl is also on step 6, so she's aligned with Julie. And Kim says, messing up beadwork only costs a little more thread and time. The beads will wait for you. Exactly. Thank you. And Nicolene is here. Welcome, Nicolene. You just came after the best part when I broke my thread and it made me unable to finish how I wanted. I hope you are all right, Nicolene. So now I am exiting the DELICA bead in the middle, and I am attaching this pretty glass drop in metal setting. And I start by picking up 3 round 15s, then I bead through the glass drop from the back towards the front. I pick up 3 more, and then I bead through the DELICA bead in the opposite direction as I was exiting it. So now the glass drop is hanging towards one side of the motif. And to even it out, as you see in step 15, then you actually retrace the thread path. So you first bead through the second group, you bead through the glass drop from the front to the back, and then you bead through that first group that you have added. And again, you bead through the DELICA bead in the middle. And first, it might seem a little bit chaotic, but when you pull your thread, then it will all be good. And the glass drop will be hanging nice in the middle. And there are many different sizes and shapes and colors of glass drops. So it might happen that you need to adjust the number of beads that you are the round 15s that you are adding to hold the glass drop in metal setting. So that's not a number that it's like carved into stone. You can totally adjust it. And Lutka says, I am also on step 6. There is plenty of time until midnight. Hi, Facebook friend. Thank you. Nicolene likes it too. Thank you, Nicolene. So this is how you attach the glass drop in metal setting, and this is actually also the same way how I attached the ear stud at to the original motif, where I did not break my thread and I still had the revolving. So I will do it afterward. Cheryl says, Áno, ďakujem, Ludmila. Cheryl got inspired, thanks to the Beading Club, the Beadingschool Club, to start learning Slovak. And it's awesome, Cheryl. Wonderful. So she's greeting now Ludka in Slovak. Wow. And Annie says, so happy to finally make a live class. Just watching. I will try it later. Thank you. This design looks beautiful. Thank you so much. So ladies, I think I did my beading for today. As my thread is broken and I can't continue with the CHATON, I will mend it later and add this Crystal Aurum Preciosa CHATON. So please let me know if you have any questions, if you have something that you would like to share with your beading friends. During the weekend, I will continue working on a new tutorial, a video tutorial, accompanied by a blog post. And next Monday, I will upload my newest tutorial, part of the Creative Bead Embroidery series, and it's for the Moonlight Sonata earrings, for this nice crescent-shaped earring. And I will publish the video tutorial on Monday, and on Tuesday we will have another live broadcast where I will be talking on one hand about all kinds of stuff that you can hang at the bottom of your bead embroidery, and there will be one more topic, because you might know that I am a cup chain junkie. Basically, I love cup chain, and I love using it in many different ways, not only hanging it. So on Tuesday, besides talking about hanging stuff, I will also talk about different ways how you can incorporate cup chain into your beadwork. I would keep an open eye. Also, if you would like to get some more cup chain, we might have something coming. Hopefully all works out. And what's important, that since we have kind of a celebration time, because it just happened a week ago that the storytelling jeweler became Beadingschool by Erika, so we are still celebrating. And for 4 consecutive weeks, there will be a giveaway every Saturday. And last Saturday, we had a giveaway on our Facebook page, beadingschool.com by Erika. And Claire and her friend Penelope, they won 50 euros worth gift card to be used at beadingschool.com. And tomorrow another giveaway is coming, so make sure to stay close. And I am really looking forward to seeing your tribute rings, your travelers, your attitude earrings. And I wish you a nice, relaxing time for the weekend. And let me know, keep me updated if you have any questions about this or about your embroidery. And I will do my best to answer. I still see comments coming in. I will check if someone has a question. Sharon says, I am bezeling with 22 DELICA. Seems to be working. Lots of turquoise, copper, coffee color. Wonderful. Thank you for always inspiring us. Thank you for beading with us, Sharon. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Gunel. And Connie has a very important question. She's asking, how long will the notebook be available? So we have these beautiful, beautiful notebooks in 2 colors available, and we are sending them out with orders from, I think it was 75 euros. And honey, I have to say, I don't remember now if we still have it, if the ladies in the warehouse still have it. So please drop a message to info@beadingschool.com to ask the ladies if they have the notebook still. Unfortunately, I don't know that, if they still have it. And thank you, ladies. Tote bag, same, that please ask Yvette and the Beading School warehouse if they still have it, if they can still pack it for you. Thank you, ladies. I will also find out. They will be back at work on Monday, so I will find out and post about it if we still have them. Thank you, ladies. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.